Hello everybody, it's Blue Jay Artist, and I apologize for all the rants and voice acting today. I just had the opportunity and I did it, that kind of day. Animations will hopefully be coming out soon, so look forward to those. Today we're going to be doing a kind of, centered around couples and mostly just kind of dealing with let's just get started. You'll see when I get started. Okay, I'm gonna point out something right here. You know how people are like, oh, Crowfeather loved 3 people and he had 3 mates? No, he wasn't the only one who did that. I have all on my list here. He did have 3, he had 2 mates technically, because Feathertail was never his mate. But he had 2 mates, but 3 cats loved him. That's the point. And there are 4 other characters that I listed that have 3 people who love them. Okay, the first is Firestar, and he was loved by Spotted Leaf, Cinderpelt, and Sandstorm. Now, I honestly don't like any of those couples. I mean, if I had to pick one, it'd probably be none of them. I'm sorry. But I have to admit, I'm not the biggest fan of Firestar and Sandstorm, but at least they're a well-developed couple, which I will get into later because, I know, and the Sandstorm rant, I forgot that he rescued her from a cliff. Give me a break, you guys. I haven't read that book in, years, so I didn't really remember that. And I like how it was developed because they started off not liking each other, and then they became friends, and then they started to love each other, and I just thought it was well developed. Not like Cinderpelt, where she just came as a apprentice. Oh, I love you now. Or Spotted Leaf, I see him for 5 seconds. Oh my gosh, I love him. Oh God. Squirrel Flight, Stormfur, for a very short amount of time liked her, but I still ship it. Brambleclaw and Ashfur, they all liked her. And is it a coincidence that it's the daughter of Firestar? Of course not. He probably gave birth to one Mary Sue's. Yes, I know his daughters aren't Mary Sue's, but he is the god of Gary Sue's, or whatever the male one is called. So Stormfur and Squirrelflight. Stormfur did like her a little bit on the journey, but then it faded away because he was like, no, I cannot love her. She is from a different clan. And I was like, you go, man. You listen to your emotions and be like, no, this ain't right. And you just do that. Thank you for being the only sensible one in this whole universe of forbidden couples. Lion Blaze? Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to talk about the other one. Squirrelflight, Brambleclaw, it's an okay relationship. It's kind of like Firestar and Sandstorm. It was a little bit less more developed than Sandstorm and Firestar, but it did have at least some development. As for Squirrelflight, that is just complete crap. I don't know where that came from, because she comes back to the journey, he's like, oh, Squirrelpaw, I missed you so much. And where did that come from? You're like, you know that one really nosy and obnoxious apprentice? I love her. Yeah. Lion Blaze, 3 cats supposedly loved him. Heathertail apparently loved him. That's what the Aaron said. They said that Ice Cloud had a crush on him and that Cinderheart liked him too, but she went all drama queen and was like, oh no, I can't love you because you have a greater destiny than me. And ran away in tears, and here's Lion Blaze in the corner like, why won't anybody love me? But I don't like... Okay, Lion Blaze and Cinderheart are actually pretty cute, but with that rough patch that they went through, I just didn't... It was just annoying. I didn't really like that rough patch they went through. They wouldn't talk to each other, and Lion Blaze and Cinderheart were constantly fighting. It's ridiculous. And the last one I have is Tiger Star. Now, if I miss some, please don't go raging on in the comments how I missed some. Please. I really don't like that. I'm really sorry, but I just hate it. Tiger Star, Leopard Star, Sasha, and Golden Flower loved him. So Golden Flower was his first mate, and he got exiled and basically left her with kits. And then he had Sasha, and he liked her, and they were actually mates for a short amount of time, and he just screwed her and left. And then Leopard Star liked him, and in secret, apparently, because that's what it says on the website of the what the Aaron said. That wasn't in the books. And none of these were developed either. Like, we didn't see any relationship between Golden Flower and Tiger Star. And do not holler at me if it's in Tiger Claw's Fury. I have not read it yet. Do not holler at me if there actually is a love development between those two. And Sasha and Leopard Star, there's no development either, so it's just really stupid. And that's all I can think of for that. Like, you know, don't accuse Crowfeather for loving multiple cats because many cats have loved multiple cats. So, yeah. Now we're going on to undeveloped relationships. Oh, my God. And I'm going to include forbidden couples, too. Oh, my God. Undeveloped couples are like the worst thing ever. A perfect example is, Tiger Heart and Dovewing, or Storm and, Clear Sky. Because, okay, I'm going to start with Dove and Tiger. So basically, they meet each other when they're going off to save the beavers, but obviously nobody really cared about it at that point. And then they were all like, ooh, I like you. Let's meet in the woods. And Dovewing is all like, oh, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, that's my Dovewing voice. And so they were like, oh, I love you, Tiger Heart. Oh, go capture my sister to get Catman. God, Dovewing. Ugh. I have a special rant. In the special rant, she is in it. So if you want to see my full opinion on Dovewing, it is in Special Rant Part 2. So go see that. I'm not explaining Dovewing right now. And Tiger's all like, oh, I love you, Dovewing. I hope you don't choose it way over me. And then, God, she's so cute with Bumblestripe. That's actually a well-developed relationship. Ugh. Oh, my God. I hate Dove x Tiger. It's so undeveloped, and I hate both of the characters. My favorite part of The Last Hope was how she broke up with him. That was my favorite part of The Last Hope. Thank you, Aaron, for putting that in. But anyway, it's just so undeveloped, and so is Clear Sky and Storm. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's in Dawn of the Clan, which is the newest series. And I don't know. So basically, Greywing is all like, oh, hi, Storm, yeah, they're hanging out. And then he goes to Greywing, he's like, hey, hey, Clear Sky, I have this friend named Storm, you want to see her? And they're like, it was like that one scene in Romeo and Juliet when they just stared at each other like, I love you, baby. And oh my God. He was just like, hey, you're kind of pretty. Do you want to see my camp? She's like, hey, yeah. And so they go into the camp, and they're like, oh, I love Clear Sky now. I'm sorry, Greywing. Bye! Oh, God. She irks me so much. I will probably do a Storm rant later, because I really don't like her. Because she basically was hanging out with Greywing and be like, yeah, Greywing, you're really cool. And then she goes to Clear Sky and it's like, oh my God, I love him and I'm having his babies. And then she was like, when he exiled Jagged Peak was all like, yeah, I hate you. Your like is useless. Get out of here. And then, and then Storm was all like, oh, well, Clear Sky, you stink. And I'm going to, leave. And yeah, bye. And she leaves and she's like, pregnant, and then she gets, and then she gives birth to the kids, and the garage falls on them, and she dies, and, hate that couple. I adore Greywing and Turtletail, sorry. Moving on from that, forbidden couples, they irk me so much. Oh my goodness, it's just, okay, some of them I do like, don't get me wrong. I like Oakheart and Blue Star. I think it's very cute. I like, I think that's the only one I like. Yep, that's the only one I like. The other ones are just some of them are just so undeveloped, and some of them are just so stupid. Like the Feathertail and Crowfeather one I get, because she was the only one who was nice to him and understood, and same with Leafpool, he was not, like, seeing him as a grumpy person. She actually loved him for who he was. Yes, I get that, but some of them are just so, like, Firestar and Spotted Leaf, that is the worst. That is, like, the worst of the forbidden couples. Okay, so this is to a non-Warriors fan, I will explain. So, let's say a boy comes along and, like, okay, let's say you're in high school and there's this new boy and he comes in and he's all like, hey, how you doing? And you're like, oh my god, I love him. That doesn't work, see? And this is really odd, but if you all of a sudden had to, like, move away, would you... Oh, no. Yeah, that would work. If you had to, like, move away from your school, then would you, like, be like, oh, I still love him after seeing him for 5 seconds? Oh, my goodness. And then you never saw him again, but you were like, oh, but I still love him. No, you cannot love someone in 5... or really just, like, 5 minutes. They talked for, like, 5 minutes, and that was it. Nothing else. And then she was in StarClan, and she'd creep in his dreams, like, he'd be sleeping, and he'd wake up, and he'd be like, and in the book, it was really awkward, because they always say, like, he smelled the sweet smell of his love spot. No, what the heck? I know the cats recognize each other by their smells, but that's just really creepy. Does she smell like perfume? Oh my goodness. And then she'd be like, hello, I have random words to give you that you'll have to figure out for the whole book. Okay, bye. And she leaves. And that's really all we see. And she's always meeting, like, the other cats, because Blue Star obviously thinks she's the leader there when she's not. And she's always like, oh, but Firestar's kin, and Firestar, and Firestar, and Firestar, Firestar, sick. And, they just... Forbidden couples are just so overused. Like Dove X Tiger again. It's so it's stupid. We, honestly, Warriors fans who have read all the books, all the stuff, we are sick and tired of forbidden relationships. If we're gonna make a forbidden relationship, at least give us a better couple than Dove and Tiger. It's just so bad. It's such a bad couple. I cannot stress enough how much of a bad couple it is. I am sorry, people who like it, but I think it's undeveloped, I think it's unnecessary, and that it even shouldn't be there. Goodness. I think that's it, really. So, I guess leave requests and stuff. I'm slowly beginning to do requests. Sorry for my little rage out there. Blue J Artist out.